Won't know. But can we just leave it open for another month?
If we voted for the capital project, I don't think we have to vote on the other parts of this in terms of Morris, the engineering firm.
That's not their issue.
No, my issue,
or anything
no.
else. I mean, all.
No, I just want to clarify, if it's voted no, then.
If it's voted no
It
tonight.
can be brought up again.
You
It
can
can
bring
be
it up
brought up
again.
again. All right.
If-
I would rather
If we
abstain
could put
than
it
vote
off
no, 'cause I'm not against
forever,
it.
I mean,
You know, I'd
my
rather-
feeling is, my own opinion is that time is somewhat of the essence in terms
What'd you
of,
say?
my opinion is that time is somewhat of the essence. I mean,
Well,
you
it
know,
is, but
I
a
know
month
that
isn't gonna
Bob
kill
is
us.
feeling that, and that's
Yeah.
what Bob conveyed to me.
Well, we had this pretty well set up, and we had a date, May 15th, for the public hearing. And we had a couple months to put this all together. But when the committee got together, there was some question about the floodplain.
About,
The area where-
Floodplain.
floodplain where we were. So we canceled that public hearing at that point, and we resolved that the floodplain was not an issue. Okay? So my point was, as the chair, was to move this along as fast as we could, so that we could get this project started this year, so that we could have the garage by next year. And it seems like everything's getting all muddled up. I just don't know why we can't get this project started. All you guys have to do is vote this thing in and send a letter to Morris, get him going, and then we can have a public hearing. Get the
But like I
committee
said-
back together again and plan this public hearing.
But Morris is willing to have the public hearing without this. Ray is willing to have the public hearing without signing on. I spoke to him
of
today.
course he will, he's a consultant,
I
and he'll
spoke
get
to him.
paid, and he's perfectly
Yeah.
willing to come up and do that. Of course he is.
The meeting that we had to have those plans
No.
completed before, but if that's not the case, then we should have a public hearing. And, I mean, official public hearing, get the letters
Yeah.
out, announce it.
And he said the only
Guys
dates he
should
couldn't do.
is Have another vote tonight to pick a date for the public hearing.
Yeah, and he said obviously
Months from now.
a Saturday would be better
We can get
as far as
the committee
public's
back
concerned.
together and we'll put the
A
whole
Saturday morning is a
presentation
good
together.
time for the public
Yep,
hearing.
and he said the only dates he couldn't do was August 7th and the 14th.
So why don't we do it, why don't we set a public hearing?
You still have a motion on the floor.
Okay, then we have to vote on it.
Okay.
You can rescind the
Withdraw the
motion.
motion. We can take the public
Yeah, you
hearing.
can do that.
All right, so I will withdraw the motion. We will not vote on any of these, which you have, that have to do with, I think we should set a public hearing. Can the garage committee be responsible for sending a letter out to everybody in town? Please,
Yeah, we'll send the letter out.
thank you, like you did the last
You
time,
can write the letter.
like you did the last
And what
time.
fund does the postage come out of?
It'll have to come out of the general fund.
Let's come up with a process as well, Bob, in terms of what's going to be done, how it's going to be done, who's going to do it. I mean, the committee, I'd be happy to help you with it, do it all the time. I think it's just, it's better that way. You stick to a timeline, the board's informed, the community's informed as part of your letter, and we just go with it.
Okay, let's get it rolling.
Okay? I think we should make sure we have a letter out before we set the public hearing, number one.
The letter that goes out will have the date of the
Yeah.
public
Letter
hearing.
goes out.
That's
We
the
need to
point
pick
of
a
it.
date now, okay? Give us a month and a half, 6 weeks or so.
A month and a half or so?
Get together, pick that date, and then the committee will go together and prepare for us and.
What about Saturday, August the 31st? You're not here?
Well, that's all right. We
Or
need
why don't we
everybody
set
on
the
board,
public
do we?
hearing for Saturday morning, August the 31st at 10 o'clock?
Or maybe
Okay. No, do it then, because we got to get letters.
And we will
and
pay for
process
more,
and
we will pay
everything.
for the engineer out of the general fund.
Well, the 31st is a Tuesday.
Is that Labor Day weekend though?
Oh, that's July 31st, sorry.
How about Saturday the 21st?
We
Um,
have
Did he say
$50,000.
the
So he's not, how about August the
28th?
21st?
The 20th, no, the 20th is the...
Yes.
There is a line item for garage.
No.
August the 21st is a Saturday.
So the 28th.
Why do we have to put it off that week?
Same thing happened last year.
It'll be at 10 in the morning.
What
That
day
seems
are
to be
we
a good
talking
time for people.
21st?
August.
August 21st at 10 a.m. And Bob, I'll talk to you about you'll get the letter, you'll write the letter from the garage committee. It will be sent out to every resident, as we did before,
Every taxpayer.
to every taxpayer, absolutely.
We'll be able
Do we
to-
have any residents who don't pay taxes?
Yeah, 87.
If we do, you let us know.
87.
Well, I think it should go to every resident, frankly, but it can't go to every taxpayer.
Every house.
All right, but anyway, that will
I
be
don't want
the,
any resident voting no who doesn't pay taxes.
So can I have a second for that motion?
information is information.
Got
Same
it.
thing with school taxes. Renters, same thing with school taxes. Renters can vote on the school budget.
We
Yep,
need a
they
second
can.
for the motion.
They live here.
Okay, all in favor?
Did we get a second?
Yes, Tom.
Of the,
All those in favor of setting a
Public
public
hearing.
hearing for the 21st of August at 10 a.m. for the Highway Garage Committee to present their project to the public? All those in favor?
I abstain.
One abstention.
I think it's completely unnecessary.
Should have voted no then. Should have voted no.
I don't have my resolution yet.
Okay, is there anything else under highway?
Okay.
Unfinished business, state highway, state retirement resolution.
I have a couple things under highway, I'm sorry. But, Bill, can you just explain again the issue of the highway supervisor's 4-year term? It has to be on a non-election year or something?
Correct, it has to be on the gubernatorial, we talked about this, it's the
Biennial?
biennial election, and that's considered to be the odd year elections. So it has to be for 75 days prior to November, whatever, 2011 is the date.
2011.
We
Correct,
don't need to
correct.
start, we don't need to deal with it till April, Bill
We
said.
can do the draft of it, but it is subject to a referendum on that date, has been put on the ballot for that date.
Anything else under highway?
And can we put Chris and Tom somehow back on the committee with the
No, they
experience?
can't be on the committee because the town board has to ultimately vote on the project. And if they're on the committee, then if only because it's an appearance of a conflict of interest, I would ask them to recuse themselves from voting, and that would only leave 3 of us to vote.
My reason for asking is because you have Chris Flynn, who has construction experience, which could be very helpful in working with the engineer and with the garage committee. You have Tom
Chris-
Dewhurst, who's been on the highway, who's been in the highway department and could add a lot of insight and input. Right now, you don't have any of those people.
First of all, it's not my committee, so it's not what I have.
All right, so if I was
Second of
okay
all,
with it?
second of all, anybody in the public, including town board members who are also part of the public, can attend meetings and have input. They can suggest things, they can bring their expertise, but putting them on the committee as official committee members is problematic. If Chris and Tom is the liaison to the committee anyway, in that capacity, he simply brings to the town board in a neutral way information of what the committee is talking about.
Problematic.
But as a citizen with expertise, he certainly is welcome to have input to the committee and to give his opinion. Putting them on the committee officially, I think, is very problematic in terms of the fact that the project will eventually come to the town board to vote on it. And that would mean that 2 people who were creating the project, obviously in favor of the project, were now being asked to vote on it for the town.
Perhaps if